A good researcher has to know that he can trust his sources, and he has to know where to look for good resources. And the sources, a lot of times, will teach him how to go about bettering his research and the truth. So a couple of years ago, somebody that I call the maestro told his brother, who used to be, and it still is, my partner, C, to find me. And of course, he accomplished his mission. Now, this brother was the big brother of my partner, C, and eventually took over, like, basically treated me like I was his brother, you know? And not only that, his other brother, you know? I never had no older siblings, and especially no brothers, just sisters, so I got an education of sorts, okay? And I don't want to go too far off on a tangent, but I want to say that we think that we forget who we get our information from, who influences us, and make us the people that we were. But not all of us. See, I never forgot. But the person that I'm talking about, the maestro, doesn't like to be known sometimes. Likes to be just like those rich people behind the curtain pulling the strings. And I would very rarely let that happen, except for the respect that I have for this guy, Griot One. And he knows how to deal with me because he's been doing it for over 50-some years. And so I get a lot of my information through interaction with him, because he tells me what books I need to read, gives me pointers on different things, and, you know, a lot of time he makes me go into myself to pull out all that raw, nasty stuff that I put out here sometimes that I know people don't like. You see, it's okay for a European to call you nigger, you know, and to tell you what you're not doing, and to treat you inhumanely. You won't fight him as hard as you'll fight me. But that's all right, because I actually said something yesterday. See, these bodies house the spirit. And I know I've said this over and over, but I'm going to keep saying it. And that spirit is a holy thing. So our vessels, our bodies are holy. But we don't treat them like that. And we don't treat other people's bodies like that. You understand? And so a lot of us have grown to the point where some people refer to it as being an ex-nigger. Some people refer to it as being conscious or woke or whatever. But nobody got on our future president when he said woke was BS. Because black people have been sleeping for so long, whether you call yourself Black American, foundational Black American, or whatever you want to call it. Because I have a question about all that, because I asked myself, well, where did they come from? Because this whole earth was one at one time, okay? And we talk about being Indians and being here. So what were you before you got here? Because you weren't, mankind wasn't born in the USA or South America or whatever, from what I understand. We don't want to deal with the elephant in the room. You see, because you go back 6 to 8 generations, and let's say antiquity, and then see what happens. We forget sometimes to even think about the Arabs and their slave trade was probably the most brutal of them all slave trades. Oh, but you know, we're not talking about them for right now. We're talking about what happened here. You know, I don't even understand black people saying that. First of all, they don't believe we should give reparations. They don't believe in. Actually, they believe in Trump. Okay, and he just gets out there and tells you right to your face, you know, just like he's told a lot of his own people, what he said in his election speeches is not going to happen, which we already know. But what I wanted to get back to is this. I got my education, you know, through normal routes, just like everybody else. Went to college late, you know, because you know, a lot of us, we wake up late. But then I had to get a third education. And that consisted of going back and reading those books by Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Chancellor Williams, Van Sertima, and books that the maestro, Riak One, told me to read. So I have a better understanding. And a lot of times I had to deal with anger. I had to deal with all that nasty stuff that make us want to backbite and talk about each other and fight each other the way that we do. And that's why I mention nigger. Because, you see, you really are God, but he turned you into a nigger because he called it to you so many times and conditioned you to hate yourself and to treat other people that look like you in such a manner that you couldn't be called nothing else. But see, he was the first nigger. When they had the Black Plague over there in Europe, that was niggers. You understand? Do you know what Irish and Italian people were considered when they first came to Ellis Island? All those people, those were niggers. But you see, they want to try to relegate that to us. You see, the European, like I told one of my cousins one time, I said, you're going in the military, and guess what you're going to run across? You're going to run across white niggas, black niggas, pink, yellow niggas, red niggas. You understand? Everybody trying to hurt you. See, black folks would be so much further ahead if they didn't have to first fight themselves. You understand? Man against woman, woman against a man. Then you got to deal with what? Your oppressor. You understand? And all the little minions that's dealing with him, that's sucking up to him because he's got the wealth, he's got the money, he stole the land, he did all the things he needed to be in power. Now you look up to him, okay? And you get mad when you hear somebody talking about the truth of the matter. There's very few people that can manipulate or get me to do things, and I know it, and a lot of other people know it. But the respect that I have for this person, and I don't mention him to people because to me, I don't know you. Okay? Just like you getting to know me. So therefore, most people will protect the people that they care about. And not only that, they will respect what people tell them. Okay? And from what I understood, you know, some people like to be left in the shadows. Okay? That's where they do their best work. And me, I like to be taught in the shadows. I don't like to have to expose myself and where I get my information from. You go out there and learn it and get it how I got it. My community means a lot to me. But a lot of times, you know, the things that you don't understand, you act just the way that man wants you to act. I'm wearing this hat right here, and some of the people close to me got mad, offended, because they said they fought the Indians. They had no choice. And the Indians fought them too. And they fight us. And we don't have no casinos. We don't have any money. So if you're a black Indian, where is your wealth?